Hey, welcome to Smoke with Me. Today we are gonna make some bacon cheeseburger shotgun shells. This is one of my family's favorites and it is so delicious, easy, simple, done in about 40 minutes. So what you need in order to make these shotgun shells is some manicotti shells. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil these la dente. So about 4 or 5 minutes just to soften them up. We do that because what's going to happen is it's going to make it easier to stuff these shells without breaking. And then also you're not going to have to worry about crunchy shells when you pull them off of the smoker. It gives a nice moist pasta taste throughout the entire shell. The other thing that we're going to need is we need some ground beef. So we got 80-20 here. This is about 1.5 pounds. Some kosher salt, some black pepper, and then I like to throw some onions and some pickles into the mix when I mix that in with the hamburger. And then once the shells are done and stuffed, we are gonna take some bacon, wrap it up in some bacon, thin sliced bacon, thick sliced, doesn't matter. Thick obviously takes a little bit longer, but the thin slice works just as good. And then we're gonna coat them up here with some holy voodoo. And then we're gonna set the smoker at 300 degrees, let them roll for about 40 minutes or so until we get an internal temperature of about 160. At that point, I'm gonna top them off with some American cheese, let them get up to 165, let that cheese melt, bring them on in, top them with some ketchup and some mustard, and they'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the stove turned on, get the al dente shells going for us, and then we'll start mixing up this ground beef. All right. Well, our water is starting to boil. Let's go ahead and get this hamburger mixed on up. So let's go ahead and just give it a nice little crush, get it all crushed up. There you go, something about like that. Now let's go ahead and get, a pinch or two of salt in there. Just to your liking, no measurements required here on my end. And then we got our black pepper, a couple pinches of that. And then I got half the onion here. Throw that all in. And then I chopped up about 10 pickles. So get all your ingredients in and just get them all mixed together. Done, should look something about like that. Again, I like getting the pickles in there. Some people don't, you can leave them out. Wait for that water to boil. Once that is boiling, we're gonna throw our shells in there for about 4 to 5 minutes, soften them up, and we'll be right back. Right, now that our noodles are softened up, it's time to get a stuffing. So I'm gonna show you how to do one of these, and then I'll finish the rest later, but now we got a nice soft manicotti shell here. This is gonna keep it from being hard in the cook. Nobody likes a hard, crunchy bite. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get them stuffed with our hamburger, our onions, and our pickle mix. And like I said before, once you get these shells softened up, it's so much easier to stuff these. And you don't have to worry quite as much about breaking them. It just makes it really, really simple. So just push them in on one end. I just like to use my fingers. It seems to be the easiest way to do it. A little bit more here. Just like so. So stuffed from end to end. And next thing you want to do is just wrap it in bacon. And what I like to do with the bacon is I like to stretch it out here a little bit. That way it helps get all the way around the entire shell. So let's give it a nice little pull. Start on one end. And then just get to wrapping. Kind of want to pull it if you need to make it fit all the way around. And there you go. There is your bacon cheeseburger hamburger shotgun shell. Got a little bit left over, so let's just make a giant meatball with that. There you go. go. Get whatever you can in there, and there you go. There's our meatball. We'll have that on the side. So now I just gotta finish wrapping these with the bacon, and we'll be ready to go outside and smoke with me. Oh, all we have to do now is throw on that holy voodoo for some spicy flavoring. So let's go ahead and give these a good coat. You wanna make sure you get all sides. Get that meatball too. Roll it around in there, get it covered up. These guys, nice little roll. And there we go. Let's take a look at that. There's your bacon cheeseburger, shotgun shells, ready to go outside and smoke with me. So we got our smoker up to 300 degrees. And I'm using a mixed blended pellet. Basically, it's the bottom of the bag with like 5 different bags. So we got a whole bunch of different flavors in here, which is good because we got beef and pork, so it works out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my meter probe and I'm just gonna put it into the middle of one of these. Again, the internal temperature that we're shooting for is 165, but at about 160, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get them on a pan and put some cheese on top of them. So the burner in my Traeger smoker is right here in the middle, so I kind of want to layer everything off to the side without trying to burn it. And the one with the meter probe is the one that I kind of want the furthest away, just to make sure that all of the ones that are further away do end up cooking properly. So you just go ahead and just get them laid up on there. And then we'll go ahead and get our meatball over on the other side. Now all we gotta do is close this up, let it smoke, and wait about 40-45 minutes, and these guys should be close to done, but we'll see when we're ready to get the cheese on these. All right, so our shotgun shells have hit about 160 internally. So now, we'll go ahead and get our pan here, transfer them over to the pan to save as much cheese as possible. Oh no! Squeeze it too hard. Squeeze it hard. It might poke. I can get that back out in there with one hand. Gotcha. All right. Get our meatball too. Now, all we're gonna do is we'll throw some American cheese slices on these. Get them melted on up. Should only take about another 5-10 minutes or so. Close it on up, and then we'll be done and see you inside shortly. All right, our shotgun shells are smoked. Now it's time to bring them in, which they're already in, and put the condiments on. So we're gonna throw on some mustard, couple rows, booyah. Then we're gonna throw on the ketchup. And your bacon cheeseburger shotgun shells are done. Now all we got to do, cut into them and give them a try. There we go. You got your onions, you got your pickles, you got your ground beef, you got your bacon with that voodoo sauce, voodoo rub. Now it's time to give them a try. Delicious. If you like this recipe, please give us a like and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.